Chilling tales for dark nights.
Want to make sure you never miss a Chilling Tales for Dark Nights video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications.
It was a few weeks ago that all the hay bales started creeping slowly away from the house. It's crazy. Every morning when I woke up, each of them had moved like a few hundred feet away from where it was before. Now I thought, like, it must be somebody playing some pranks or somebody with nothing better to do than to make me have to do double work or whatever, so I ignored it. Now within a few days, the bell started to get to the boundaries of the farm. Now I was tired of the whole game by then, and I said I'm gonna move them back. Now it took a whole hour, man, to bring them from where they was back to where the house was. And by the time I was done, I ready to break somebody's neck, man. Cause I gotta work. I work on a farm, man. I work on a farm. It's hard. This ain't no easy life. This is a hard life, man. So I ready to break somebody's neck, man. Now the next morning, I found each and every one of my horses with their head cut clean off, man. And I say clean, but not smooth and clean. I don't mean literally clean. It was messy. It was brutal. It was rough, man. And the smell is what woke me up. And each one of them was slumped over against the side of the stall. And of course, they took the heads with them. They ain't just cut the head off and at least leave it there. They took the dang head with them. So I spent the rest of the day cleaning that up and, trying to bury them big old horses, man. Now, it was then, when I was done, that I noticed that the bales of hay had all been put back out in the field, like way out against the edge of the farm again, out into the fields. Now, this time I left them where they was at because, at this point, forget the dang hay, the hay don't, my horses go. So the hay was for the horses. So shoot, ain't doing me no good now. I might as well stay out there. Now that night I sat on my porch and I got the shotty with me. I was finna hit them with the shotty, pop they top like Bacardi. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there with the thing, man. And I put me on a pot of coffee and, I'm just chilling. Ready. And I sat for hours, man, straining my eyes into the field, trying to catch a little glimpse of who messing with my stuff. Now I started to nod off a little bit, and I would have, but right when my eyes started to close, I heard like a little bang sound and some rustling in the trees from the woods nearby. Now I leaned forward real quick, and my heart started beating, man. As soon as something pop off, especially in the dark, man, your heart get to going crazy, man. So I'm like, I'm finna catch this mug right here. Now I'm fumbling with the gun and stuff, and sitting and moving around in my seat, trying to get up straight, get everything right. And I'm waiting, man. For whatever it was, as soon as that thing get close enough, I'm finna spring out with the thing out. Now it was only when the thing got close enough for me to make out like the shape of it, man, I was froze. That thing, crept into my field real slow. And it ain't see me sitting there. And it moved real slow, real hunched over. And through the field with like how a thief be sneaking around. It was sneaking around like a thief, man. And if it wasn't for the fact that, that thing had to be about 10 feet tall. Even crouched down, now I'm talking about crouched down 10 feet tall. It was real, kind of real skinny, man, and had these real skinny arms and legs, and the chest was kind of caved in. It was like a starving animal, rib cage and all that, man. But you could tell by the way this thing looked, though. It was strong, though, now. It was pure muscle, now. And I seen it pick up, them big hay bales, picked it up easy and set it down, and it only took a couple of steps, man. It covered a lot of ground in them steps, man. And I watched it work, man, moving each bale real careful. I mean, every once in a while, straighten up and look around and stuff, and it adjust the hay bales the way it wanted it. Just taking his time, man, like, just taking his time, moving my hay bales. Now, before that thing left, it looked towards the house, and it looked right over me, but, I couldn't tell if it seen me or not. And the thing turned away and just crept back into the woods, right where it came from. And it took me an hour before I had the courage to move, because I was scared that, I was going to drop my keys or trip and fall, or that one of the planks on the porch would creak. Like, at this point, I was just too scared that this thing going to hit me, because, yeah, I got a gun, but shoot. Man, I know some people that can take a couple of gunshots and still, beat you down, man. So I already know if he get his hands on me, it's over with. Now, I finally moved, and I went inside, and of course, I didn't sleep that night, man. I sat there staying at the door all night long, man. And when the sun came up, that's when I finally, was able to kind of leave, because I figured, I guess he ain't coming during the daytime. And, the hay was where it left him. And it didn't move the hay bales as far away as it did the other days. Now, it's like the bales was approaching something invisible in the fields. And as I looked at them, I realized that they seemed to be like marking a line or something. So I walked around the house and I seen, it's like a circle that they formed with me at the center. Now, at first I thought the bales were just being, just moved away from the house any which kind of way. But now I realize he moving them away in a certain like pattern or whatever. But now I could see that they were, it was all planned. Like, this thing's smart. He ain't just randomly, throwing the junk around. He actually got something up his sleeve, the thing was sending me a message or something, man. Who you talking about sleep in bed? I slept so bad that night, it didn't make no sense. Now, the next morning, he ain't moved the bales that night. And they ain't moved the rest of that week. Matter of fact, I guess they finally where the thing wanted them to be at. So I made myself sick trying to figure out what he was doing, man, and why this thing used so much energy moving my hay bales and threatened me, cut my horses' heads and stuff off. Why you going there and mess with the horses? Why he ain't come in the house and get me? So it's like he threatening me, like, so the thing intelligent. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more intelligent I'm realizing he is. He knew that would jack me up if he seen my horses with their heads cut off. Now, the sound of a car coming along the road to my farm one morning gave me a little rush again. And, I've been planning to abandon that farm, man, since I sink that thing. But I couldn't hope to leave on foot without, that thing coming to get me. But if I can get in the car with whoever was coming my way, it might be able to escape before it could stop me. I don't know or care who it was. I was fixing to go. And I decided that the moment they stopped the car, I'd jump in the passenger seat and tell them get the blank up out of there. But I ain't get the chance. The car comes slowly along the road and across that uneven ground. And I urged it, to come with my hand signals. And when it passed between the two bales placed on either side of the road, I began to hear some noise from the woods. Man, and that thing busts out suddenly from between the tree, sprinting on all fours, on them long skinny arms and legs, coming towards that car. Now within a few seconds it was there, jumped on top of the car like a big freaking lion or something, and it was, man, that thing was tearing that car apart. That thing was ripping that car apart like it was made out of cardboard or something, you hear me? Trying all it could to get up at that driver, man. Now the man, whoever he was, screamed the whole time, and I could hear him, you know, over the metal and stuff and the glass and all that breaking. And finally, that thing got a hand on him, and it just crushed him. Like, it just literally just crushed him right there with his bare hands, man. And the screaming stopped. And tossed him to the side and straightened up and looked at me. And in the sunlight, I could see it just, this thing wasn't nowhere near human. It was just entirely made up of something just awful. Awful. That's the only word come to my head, man. But it looked like it was just pieced together with different animal parts or something, man. So it was kind of human, but human shape, but just all mismatched. Just all mismatched pieces. But whatever it was made of looked like it was polished, shiny, and hard, kind of like Alien, like from the Alien movies. It kind of was like that. Man. Ooh. And that thing went back into the woods. And I was left in shock, man. And my eyes, you know, I'm looking over where the car at, and the engine's still running. Right between the two hay bales. And I understood the message was clear. This thing got me trapped. Like I'm a prisoner. And I ain't even allowed no visitors. You know, he ain't gonna let me have no visitors, man. Even the dang state let you have some visitors. So this thing set a border and can't nothing come across it. So I'm trapped up in here, man, and by this dang thing stalking my fields. And I guess it just say I'm just never gonna leave. Now let me tell you something. Now. You know, I don't know if I'm the type that can handle being somebody's prisoner now, you know. I've been thinking hard for the last few days since I seen this thing crush that man's whole body, man. You know, if I cross that hay bale border, it's gonna probably do the same thing to me. Smash my skull before I can put my hands up to protect myself. And man, I guess after that, it'll go find somebody else pet, man. They probably keep looking until they can find somebody, you know, who could deal with him outside forever watching them with them shiny insect eyes. I've been thinking hard for the last few days. Shoot, I got enough shells up in this shotty, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a run for it. I hope that car ain't ran out of gas, though. Boy, I'm gonna look super stupid. I go over there and run over there to that car. That car ain't got no gas in that gas. You know, I'm on a farm, but I'm in a hood farm, and you know, in the hood, you don't put no more than $5, $10 in your car at a time. Now, you don't fill that mug up. You just put about 5 or 10 in, you know, 5 or 10 for the win. Everything over that, you know, you pushing it.
Chilling tales for dark nights.